So, I was replaying the challenges like I said I would do. I didn't just replay the last two challenges, I was replaying all of them because it turns out they all could give you some lucrative cash. Not much, but like a couple thousand at best. But as I was replaying all the challenges, I found out that a couple of the rings from the Ace Bunyan race doesn't despawn. They are located in an out of bounds location for most of the challenges. This I never knew about. I've never seen these before, and I was wondering why that they haven't disappeared yet because they're like the only two rings in the entire map, as far as I know, that do not disappear once you do the Ace Bunyan race here. I guess might be an oversight, I guess. But I found something, so I guess that's worth documenting. I just want to point that out. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Ratchet and Clank, going Commando. Previously, after a little bit of backtracking, we did some business here at Planet Gord, trying to rescue Angela from the Thugs for Less fleet. But it turns out that she might be located at their HQ on planet Snivelak. But first things first, I'm gonna go change up my paint job again because I wanna. There are a lot of options that we have at our disposal, and we got so much rarity that we don't know what to do with at this point, so why not? I also did say I wanted to change up some of the other parts of my ship just for the heck of it, and that's what I'm doing. So after we do this today, like I said, we're already going to Snivelak, if I haven't said that already. We're gonna head to Snivelak and go rescue Angela for real. And I guess we'll switch over. Let's see the paint job first. Uh, what am I thinking? Let's go for the solar wind, because got a very hot look to it. And then we'll change up our wigs to see how it looks. Hmm, they both look pretty good, admittedly so. But I think we'll go for this one. Kind of like the longer streaks it has. Makes this whole thing look like one blue, red, and orange looking meteor that's going through the solar system, in my opinion. So it does clash with our armor, but still, we're not focusing on cosmetics here entirely. We got a girl to save, so we gotta head to Snivelak ASAP and go take care of the thugs, hopefully for good. I mean, we're attacking their HQ, so it can't get any bigger than that, right? And there it is, the red planet of my personal hell when I was a kid. Let me tell ya, Planet Snivelak in my early runs of this game was the bane of my existence as a kid. This planet is also originally known as Planet Kildar. I'll put the name on screen right now to show you how it was spelled, but that's not what it goes by anymore. Also, this is the home world not just for Thugs for Less, but one of the arena champions that we fought, Chainblade. I'm pretty sure that might be mentioned in his Monsterpedia. Might be listed under the planet of origin or residence or wherever that label is in detailing where Chainblade comes from. So I'm pretty sure that is located in its Monsterpedia too. I'll pop it up on screen whenever I do remember to add that detail in. So there are no new items here that we can unlock, but we do have enough to purchase one of these. However, I do know there's a fairly expensive thing coming up that we could get on this planet, I believe. Uh, let's recheck in my notes to see if I'm right. Nope, I think I stand corrected. Never mind, I found it. I know where it is. And it's pretty expensive too. It's kind of out of our budget, anyways. I want to go for the shield charger really bad. It's like the thing I'm gravitating to the most out of the things we could get on the vendor now. I think I'll save on that for now, because the thing that's coming up on this planet is also ridiculously expensive, but if we manage to gather enough bolts, we might be able to get whatever is here on this planet. So before we do any venturing, I'm gonna change up my weapon set as per usual. Before we really get started, I'll go through Snivelak. Not really much has changed, but I have the Vaporizer here for one specific reason. I'll switch it back to the swing shot afterwards. The swing shot. But yeah, I never placed a swing shot. I needed that thing. Why did I replace the dynamo? The dynamo is not going to be useful on this planet. But it doesn't matter, I'll place it soon. So, the easy skill point we can get here is we can see there's a bunch of cars, hover cars, that are all around Snivelak that you can easily snipe away. I believe we have to take out at least 14 of these ships, not hover cars, to get the skill point necessary. I'm pretty sure you could do with it. You could do this with anything that has a fairly reasonable range to it. Oh man, those bolts! I'm not getting those anytime soon. They'll be hovering there forever, even though I have the armor magnetizer now. I might be able to get those when I can use my swing shot. So do that. This isn't that hard to do. All you have to do is pick one specific path that these ships are flying in, and do your best to snipe them out from that certain route. Those fast ones are going to be the toughest to hit. Also, they're not really going on a set path, like their height is a little different each time. I keep missing those. Must be a big one coming soon, huh? Nope, small one again. So I might be here for a while to snipe all these out. If that does end up being the case, I guess I'll just do a quick time lapse. Oh nice, I got the last one. Well, not the last one yet. So if I end up taking too long, I'll just do a quick time lapse so we can get all these out of the way. There we go. I was getting really concerned because I never noticed that the ships do decrease when you continue to snipe them out of the air like that. Never noticed that detail before. I don't really go out of my way to get this skill point that much, despite it being pretty easy to accomplish still. I just never thought it was worth my time. So not only did I think that this planet was complete hell as a kid, but even the playtesters of this thing during development thought the same thing. Apparently Snivelak was really tough even for them during testing slash the making of this game. I'm sure you saw a small glimpse of another lucrative item we can get. It's a nanotech boost. Just gotta swing really high. That's strange. Normally I'm able to swing really high at the end of these Versa targets to get this boost. Not working that well this time for some reason. Right, the apex. Come on, Ratchet. Oh, really? Seriously? Is that not what I'm supposed to do? I'm pretty sure that's the way you have to get that thing. I know I've done it before. Go figure, the one time I've tried to do it while getting video footage for it. Of course, the one time I'm having trouble trying to get that thing. Tis be the LP curse. Things that you think will be going easy, never go easy. And things that you think will be going tough are a lot simpler than they turn out to be. Ah, there we go. took a couple more attempts to get that, but we did acquire it. It's pretty easy to do. Well, fairly, since the guy who was struggling just a few seconds ago trying to get that thing. But it is pretty simple to collect. I guess my timing was just a little off. But at least we don't have to worry about those boosts anymore because that's the last one in the game that we have to worry about. At least I hope I didn't miss out any of the other boosts that we should have collected by now. But that should be the last one in our way that we can acquire. And the swing shot is going to be a worthwhile gadget to have on this planet. Oh, there's a dynamo here too. Alright, so the dynamo is useful in some parts of this level too. Didn't think it would be for some reason. It's been a while since I've seen Snivelak, admittedly so my memory of this place may not be completely foolproof. Even though it is one of the more traumatic parts of this game to me from my youth. So you'd think I would remember this planet, like, right down to a T, but no. I guess it really has been a long time since I have trekked through this planet. Even on my casual runs through this entire game that I do annually, still, some reason, I just don't remember this place as well as I should. You can't take out those choppers, good. I want to get all those. Yeah, wipe them all out to get some nanotech. So those are some attack choppers we have to worry about. Well, you can blast them out of the sky like I just did. But they're only just the beginning. This is the easy part, believe it or not. I'm pretty sure the hard part we're coming up to in just a matter of moments. It should be after this launch pad. Yep, it is. Oh boy. Oh, this bridge. Well, we're not getting to that right now because I see some dynamo pieces that we can investigate here too. Can I reach over there actually? Pretty sure I can. What I predict that they want me to do is the long jump, then hover. So I'm near the first dynamo location. Oh, of course. Whoops. I got low results there. That's my fault. Okay, wait for that. There we go. Oh. Man, these platforms are pretty tricky. Aside from this big one. The reason why I missed it was just my own dang fault. Do that. Do that. And go up here. 1, 2. And uh-oh. Oh no, please. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. No! Oh, that's embarrassing. No, hit that. There we go. Good. That. I'm struggling on this more than I should. Alright, do that again. There we go. That's what I was trying to do before. I don't know why that wasn't registering. But there's a platinum bolt. It's in our possession now. So now we gotta face the music and face what is my ultimate traumatic nightmare from my youth. This specific section of Snivelak was the absolute worst in my earlier runs. I remember being walled at this specific point for so long. So freaking long, man. It's not even funny. It was really, really terrible. But there's an armor bender here as well that supplies the Electro Steel set. Use the invisible magnetic pulse to deflect and absorb up to 66% of all damage. I should have looked ahead of my notes beforehand because this comes up like almost immediately after we got our current armor sets, so I should have waited. Oh well. I know I got ways to grind for bolts, so I won't spend anything else in any vendor until we get that armor set. Because that's be pretty handy. It will be pretty handy going through this bridge. Like I said, I remember getting walled on this bridge so much when I was a kid. It was complete hell. But that could be chalked up to me not using my weapons that well back in the day, even though I did do a relatively good job upgrading my weapons. I think I only relied on a select few that would get me through, hence why I got stuck for so long at this specific point. But then again, this is the Duxvillet's headquarters, so it makes sense that they're not going to be fooling around. But I remember those tanks alone kept me on this bridge for frickin' ever. At least we got through here our first and only shot now. But be accompanied by a lot of those brutes and a lot of the henchmen too. Because we got stuff like the plasma coil that can whittle down their numbers a bit. Ran out ammo for that. Yeah, bouncer. I should really use the sheepinator at some point. But I love all these other weapons first, so I want to give them attention. Besides, the sheepinators are it's our comedy weapon this game, anyways, so I don't really give it that much priority, even though I will plan to upgrade it at some point. It's not in the cards right now. Yeah, I remember this spot in particular. Not only there's a tank here, but there's another attack copter that's aiding it too. Saw one of those things earlier that was trying to cut us up from below. And I was trying to engage us from the front this time. No avail to that either. So there's a great unused vendor line that I saw when I was looking up stuff about the armor of this game. It goes, "Are you embarrassed to go out some days? You need the added protection of electro steel armor. The most form-fitting, most comfortable armor we've ever created. Courtesy of the cutting room floor." They really went to town on some of the humor in the dialogue for this game. It's a shame that some of the stuff that was applied to the vendors at first ended up not getting used in the end. It's kind of sad. But again, goes to show just how much of a touch that these guys in Insomniac have on their humor. I think that's some pretty good writers. I'll say that much. Use some of these guys as well as the rocket tube again. I know I've been favoring the rocket tube a lot as of late, but it's the devastator of this game. It's simple but powerful. That's why I like using it a lot. I should get through that just fine. This is a cakewalk compared to some of the runs I had to go through this place when I was a kid. That's for sure. But now I'm saying that, these guys are really bringing out the big guns with more of these attack copters. I see that thug rolling out of the freaking copter. I forgot that was a detail they added in. That's pretty humorous. And one of those. Come on. Yeah. Take your butt out. We're almost getting to the end. I can feel it, but there's going to be one last onslaught, I believe, before we can get to the conclusion of Snivelak. For better or for worse, this has been going by pretty quickly too. I remember this place being a lot longer when I was a kid, but then again, that could be attributed to being walled on that specific bridge. I swear, that bridge alone gave me a huge hatred for those tanks.
What's so funny?
Nothing, I guess. Prepare to die!
Well, I don't know what's so funny either. He's probably laughing at the fact that we're about to die soon. Unless we can long jump all the way up to one of these roofs. So here is our boss of Planet Snivelak. This is another mech called the Giganto Machine. Not machine, the Giganto mech. Powered by the Duxvillet's leader. It may look pretty big, but it's kinda simple in execution. Just mount a turret like I did, and fire away at it. And it's gonna parade around the place. while continue to shoot off these little bombs of sorts. Just shoot these out of the sky before they damage you. This guy is gonna take a long time to beat. This machine can absorb so much damage. It is like the epitome of what a damage sponge is, in the worst way. Then again, I don't know what a damage sponge in the best way would be like. But yeah, just sit tight folks, cause we're gonna be here for a while. In all honesty, I probably should have cut the episode right before we saw that last cutscene. Because this guy's gonna take such a long time to beat. But we're here now, so I ain't gonna stop until our mission is accomplished. As we saw, this guy can take out one of the turrets once we do deal enough damage, or I guess if we have been mounted on a turret for too long, either one of the two. I'm pretty sure it's more applicable to how much damage we deal out. And when that does happen, the Gigantomech will approach us and take out that turret with some sort of attack. When it does get close to you, just get out of the way as soon as you can. I didn't do that the first time because I wasn't really paying attention. Just keep firing away. There's a bunch of ships that are hovering over us too, but I don't think you can shoot them for the skill point if you're going for that. Besides, even if you did, I'm sure your attention will be focused on the big mech that's trying to kill you instead. Because it continuously shoots out those bombs right at you. So it's gonna be just an annoyance to try and go for those other ships. But they are there for a reason. Just stick it out until you get a little later into this boss fight. More of those bombs. I mean, look at the size of this thing too. Look at how much it's been outfitted with. It's even got an arm cannon too. And I'm pretty sure this thing would have more artillery to show off, but all of this leader decides to do is just shoot those shoulder cannons at us over and over again. It's just tedious. I mean, considering how long and how much we have to deal with the Thugs for Less in its entirety throughout most of this game, this is kind of a crappy payoff in having to deal with the leader. Well, at least there's a series of cannons here, turrets that we can use. I'm pretty sure that it's impossible for you to run out of turrets for you to use. Otherwise, you would have no way in trying to beat this boss fight. But I'm pretty sure I looked up in my research that there is a speedrun tactic in getting through this boss fight. Because I know that when speedrunners do that, it saves them a lot of time as opposed to trying to get through this fight in its original way. You can't tell by now, like I already said, this guy, he doesn't go down easily. I mean, I know it's a robot and all, but come on. This is the best that we could do for a giant mech fight. I mean, why not just use Giant Clank again? At least, yeah, we would be retreading old ground with getting into another robot mech fight, but at least be more entertained than what we're doing right now. Okay, there's two cannons that are close to each other. Two cannons. Two turrets, not cannons. This guy's got cannons. I've got turrets. I gotta get that situated in my head some more. I swear, this guy is on like the levels of the Contessa from Slide 2. He's really easy to fight. His attack pattern is so simple to memorize. And he barely does anything different. But the difference between Contessa and this Gigantomech is that, one, this guy is a lot larger in comparison to the Contessa, and two, does a lot more damage too. as well takes a lot longer to take down instead of fighting more than once, like you do in Contessa back in Band of Thieves. That's what this reminds me of. It's also appropriate that we're in both locations have a red sky that's like their overhead decoration. So maybe that's like a sign or something that red skies usually don't equal good boss fights in video games. I don't know. Maybe I'm just grasping at straws here. But I'm really just trying to fill up time and how long it takes to take this thing down. Here it comes. So this is why these ships are here. Can you shoot at this? Oh yeah, you can. Nice. So you can shoot at those ships that are being thrown at you to avoid your turret being destroyed. Pretty sure that's like the only other projectile you have to worry about. Come on. Stop flying away and stay in one place, please. I hate that you're operating as a moving target because it's just dragging things down a lot longer than it should. So its previous spec that we fought the leader on back on Dabo, it had a cut Monsterpedia entry. It possibly could have been an earlier version of the robots that we're fighting right now. You can find this entry again on the cutting room floor. Go down here. Okay, we're kind of running out of spaces that we could jump towards. I don't have all the turret locations memorized by heart. I'm just kind of going along with the flow, more or less. Believe it or not, this guy apparently had more health at first. I mean, could you imagine that? This guy's already a huge damage sponge as it is, but it turns out he was gonna have even more at first during development, which would have been nightmarish to think about. I can't imagine how much health they really want this thing to have. And the devs even thought it was okay at first, but they obviously had other ideas later on. But I can't think of why they want to give this thing even more health than they did in the final product. It would just be terrible. But it was also removed because of a really weird reason too. Well, they had something else removed for a pretty weird reason. They had an early vehicle idea that was supposed to be used for Tabor to get through the desert, but it was gonna be used to fight this mech instead, as opposed to being used for that specific desert planet. And see a turret over there. I can use to get over to that location. Oh, there's one over here. That works out too. So that vehicle that could have been used for Tabora ended up, well, it's gonna be used here at first. I think you can still hack that in by like Game Shark or something like that. If not, I'm pretty sure there is footage online that does show that that vehicle could have been used for this fight. But it ended up getting removed since the charge boost and the mining vehicle that I mentioned temporarily back on Tabora were also in development, so I get to just nix one of those things in the end. And there goes that turret, but thankfully there's one on the other side. Come on, get out of the way, please. I don't want to deal with you any longer than I have to. This is already taking up like 10 minutes alone, I can tell. I don't even have to look at my stopwatch to know that this is taking that long. So you're overstaying your welcome here, buddy. That's almost over. Just a few more shots, and it's bye-bye leader. And we can save Angela too in the process.
You okay, Clank? Great. Let's go.
Hello? Aren't you forgetting someone?
Oops. Oh, I meant, after we free Angela.
Thanks. Now, before you run off, take a look at this. I picked it out of Lizard Boy's pocket.
Log entry 4792. Returning from Megacorp's distribution center. I'm beginning to suspect that Megacorp has lied to me. The extra-large decorative paperweights being stored there might actually be an enormous supply of proto-pets, which might explain why the whole facility is guarded by ravenous mutant creatures. Their warehouse ship may hold as many as 10 million crates, and with 100 proto-pets per crate, that could be as many as, 3.5 zillion proto-pets. A secret shipment that large can only mean one thing. Megacorp is up to no good. I will confront them as soon as possible and demand a bigger cut of the action.
Are they insane?
The galaxy is in far more danger than I had imagined. Do you suppose, Mr. Fizzwidget...
We've wasted enough time on Fizzwidget already. I swear that crazy old man is not the same person I used to work for.
Whoa. You used to work for Megacorp?
Yes, in the genetics division.
On the proto-pet?
On fixing the proto-pet's flaws. And I was this close to succeeding when Fizzwidget suddenly pushed up their release date.
Is it worth disrupting the proto-pet shipments?
It's a start. But to stop them for good, we're gonna need to break into Megacorp headquarters.
Break in? How?
I have an old Megacorp ID on my home planet.
We'll split up then. Clank and I will go to the distribution facility. You go grab the ID.
They're really making Angela to be somewhat of an important character too. Also, they just completely forgot about that potential tease of Ratchet having, like, a huge drive in saving Angela that even got Clank somewhat concerned before. I'm pretty sure it's just a tease and nothing more. Maybe it was just for comedic effect, but it didn't really go over well in my opinion. Anyways, we managed to deal with the Thugs for Less leader for good. And yeah, this is supposed to be the part where that leader is officially out of the picture. He's, I guess, dead, more or less. I didn't really get that when I was a kid because he doesn't show up after this point in the game, so this is like his boss fight. But it's not all for naught. At least we got some very good voice acting work by the legendary Steve Bloom. I didn't even notice that was his voice for the longest time, and I'll be honest, even today, I still have to try hard to pick out his voice. I, for some reason, am not got my mind attuned to how his voice sounds like, because he doesn't sound that different in most of the roles that he does voice in, whether it's video games or anything else that he does get some work in. Well, yeah, that was Steve Bloom. I just want to point that out because I just think he's pretty cool, like most people do. He's got the voice that a lot of us will love to have. I mean, I can imagine just being hired so many times on just how he sounds alone has got him so many gigs over the years. I'm kind of jealous about that. Not all of us could be lucky, but he is definitely using his gift for good, in my opinion. So this is all we could do on planet Snivelak. At least I'm pretty sure that is the case. Yep, it is. So next time we're gonna head to the distribution facility on planet Spolg, where we're gonna handle some work over there, while Angela gets her ID from her home planet. Until we meet again, farewell for now.